hockey fans, welcome to the Outpost Arena and welcome to the Lobo Hockey Network's presentation of the Lobos' final game of this regular season. Your University of New Mexico Lobos taking on Dallas Baptist Patriots. And Nick, the Lobos coming off a strong performance last night in Game 1, taking it 5-2.
Yeah, it was a perfect 40 minutes for UNM last night. They come through two periods, being up 4-0, played both sides of the puck really, really well. You'd have to think the coaching staff was really happy with that. And then a little bit of a lack of attention to detail in that third period let Dallas Baptist back in a little bit, but the biggest thing you love to see was they kind of rebounded from that and were able to put another one in the back of the net and kill any momentum for that third period to finish off that win. But they played very, very well last night. Good rebound game for them after their loss to Arkansas in the ACHA tournament. So hopefully they'll continue that here, marching towards playoffs. Definitely,
and Lobos, like you said, Nick, had a strong first two periods. Little shaky to start that third period. You saw two straight goals by Dallas Baptist. That is as close as they got to the Lobos cutting their lead in half with that 4-2. Lobos able to get that third goal and ultimately that cushion insurance goal they needed, ending up taking it 5-2. And we saw the Lobos implement a lot of speed last night, and it really seemed to neutralize the size advantage that Dallas Baptist has against them.
Yeah, the first 4 minutes of pretty much all the periods, there was a lot of heavy hitting on both sides. UNM likes to play that physical game as well, so it ties into them. But once Dallas Baptist got a little bit tired, you could see it wore them out, and the speed of UNM started to play a big factor into that game. And they were able to basically use that speed from the defensive end with their, great skaters like Ronquillo and transition that forward, get into the offensive zone pretty much scot-free without having to have the Dallas Baptist defensemen hold them up. And when you gain clean entries like that, it just makes it so much easier. They were able to cycle the puck around, had good forechecks as well to keep possession, and it just wore Dallas Baptist out over the course of each period.
And one of the key things we saw the Patriots do a lot last night was they were never really able to establish until that third period consistent forechecking in the zone. We saw them ice the puck a lot of stretch passes that didn't really hit their target. As we shift our focus across the ice to Dallas Baptist, what do you think they have to do this afternoon to be successful against this Lobo squad and limit the amount of zone time the Lobos had yesterday?
I think, touching on what I just touched on there, I think defensively the D, as you're playing through the neutral zone, don't allow UNM to have a free blue line. Like, they have to play a close game. You want the D pair to be a little tighter, play the puck side, and have active sticks as UNM's coming across the blue line. If they're having to make that last minute move as they cross the blue line, you might force an offside or at least a poor stick handle that frees the puck up. So that's a little bit of what they need to do. And then from, I guess, a transition game standpoint, one of the things we noticed a lot last night was when Dallas Baptist were playing the first two periods, they didn't really have any support on their transition game. So, the center wasn't coming across to help the winger with a quick pass into the middle and break out. Their breakouts were really quite poor, and it led, to your point, to a lot of icings because they were trying to make stretch passes because they realized they didn't have anyone around to really help. So from their standpoint, you'd hope that they'd be a little bit tighter on both sides, have that support both around the net defensively and then when it needs to transition up. And that will help them because, as we saw last night, once they get a little bit of zone time, these guys are very skilled. They have big bodies like we talked about. They're able to hold the puck for a long time, and they can make plays off it when they're given the chance. They had, half the shots almost of what UNM had, but they were able to put 2 goals in. So you'd have to think that, as we talked about last night, this is a dangerous team that has put away top 10 opponents. You can't give them that much time and space and allow them to get into a game, especially early on tonight after they did have some momentum in that last period.
And Sam Fisher, another strong performance for the Lobos last night. Max McKieran probably going to be the starter in this game tonight as well. This strong 2-goalie tandem that the Lobos have consistently. When Coach Grant Harvey's not mixing with what he's got going right now. Both goalies getting equal starts in series. And what do you think is going to be the difference Dallas Baptist is going to see playing Max as opposed to what they saw in Sam last night?
Max is a bigger body, and he takes away a lot of the net. He's a little bit more aggressive on his angles. He'll come out past the blue paint a little bit more and cut off those angles. So as far as shots from outside, they're not going to have much time and space. What they're going to have to do is put pucks on the net and then create those second and third chances. Sam is fantastic at stopping those second and third chances, and Max has been as well, but I think that's on bigger goalies, that's usually the area that you can take advantage of them on. It's harder for them to transition side to side, or at least take away all of the net. But where you've got a little guy, it can be a little bit easier for him to move pretty agilely.
And it's definitely going to be interesting. We saw Lobos pepper the Dallas Baptist goalie with a lot of shots last night, sticking to the formula we've seen them use all season long. Consistent shots on net, wearing down their opponents physically. You're gonna think the Lobos are going to implement a lot of that in this contest tonight. But Dallas Baptist also is more acclimated to the elevation change here in Albuquerque. They've hopefully had a good night's rest, but this is what we talked about in the pregame, Nick. This is a quicker turnaround than these players are used to because of the weather, the delay this week, having to switch this game to a 2 o'clock starting time on a Sunday. Do you think that's going to affect the legs we see on these skaters today?
I think for both teams it'll affect them a little bit. I think UNM obviously will have the advantage. They're used to the altitude. They're used to this kind of area, so it's not going to affect them as much. But for Dallas Baptist and for both teams, they're going to miss probably both their pre-game naps for both teams, and that can play a factor in rest. So you probably see a lot of tiredness from both teams, maybe some silly plays just because of the lack of mental fortitude because of that. But I think the biggest thing is if we see UNM get up early, what we saw last night was they were able to roll all 4 lines. They had the ability to rest some of their top-end players because they did play so well in those first 2 periods. So they'll have a lot of their guys actually rested, whereas Dallas Baptist, they were fighting pretty much from the get-go. So you'll see a lot of their top-end talent probably a little bit more tired than what UNM is, and that may play a bigger factor as we go later into this game.
You just touched on a really good point, Nick. Last night we saw a lot of players getting more ice time in that game than we have seen all season. In particular, you had Jack Kaufmann out on the ice. You had Miles Dyken on the ice as well. Marcus Trujillo was just a presence in front of the net, harassing the Dallas Baptist goalie all night long, and you really saw a connection form between him and Captain Jared Ronquillo. We saw a lot 2 seasons ago. Marcus, of course, struggled with a wrist injury during the early parts of the season, unable to really get a lot of ice time, but he's really starting to regain his confidence and starting to come into his own again.
Yeah, and that line actually, they were quietly very, very good. Obviously it's the top line. They're always going to be great, but, they did a lot of little things right. They always had people in front of the net, at least one anyway, to help screen the goalie. That's one thing we probably didn't touch on too much last night, or even, the last couple games they've played. No shot is ever easy for the goalie to take. They put up 50 shots pretty consistently, but every single shot is a good shot. It's a high-quality chance, or it's at least something you have to fight through if you're a goalie. So that line was fantastic with the forecheck. They were strong on the puck. They were strong retrievals if they did lose it a little bit, and great back check as well. Another line we saw last night that I really, really liked was the Genshaw, Payson, and Weaver line. They've been fantastic, as we've talked about ad nauseum, but just the way that they were able to turn momentum and use their speed in their transition game as well as a strong forecheck, I think that'll be a key as well here tonight, is that line.
Alrighty, folks, we are getting ready to introduce your starting lineups for this contest and the national anthems here momentarily at the Outpost Arena. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to the public address announcer, who will get you set for this afternoon's contest between Dallas Baptist University and your University of New Mexico Lobos.
and number 25, John Campbell. And on the starting lineup for your University of New Mexico Lobos is number 17, Ronquillo. Number 55, Nick Manakis. Number 33, Max McKinnon. Number 95, Ted Shakes. Number 18, John Kelly. And number 5, Logan Coyer. The coach for tonight for the singing of the Canadian and American national anthem. Today singing this is Tony Orlando.
The true north, strong and free, from far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Alrighty, Lobo hockey fans, national anthems concluded. Your puck drop ahead of the Lobos season finale is coming up. And Nick, as we approach puck drop, full house here at the Outpost Arena for this unique 2 p.m. start for the Lobos. But you got to think the Lobos want to end this season on a high note, especially in front of these hometown fans.
Absolutely, and it's gonna help you get up, right? Like that tiredness might be nullified a little bit by that jump that you'll have, because this is your last game you're playing in front of your home fans. You're going to be excited to go out and hopefully have one big last hurrah in front of your team, your fans, before you go to nationals.
And on the opposite side, you think Dallas Baptist is thinking they could throw a wrench in the Lobos' national plans if they can hang a loss here in the season finale.
Absolutely. I mean, and this for them, one of their last games as well. So anytime that you can go up and, play spoiler a little bit is always a great thing, and it always motivates someone as well when you're that underdog. Coming into someone else's rink, having a strong game, finishing it off and getting the win will always play a big factor in it.
The captain, Jared Ronquillo, set to take the face-off, and we're underway here at the Outpost Arena. Jack Kelly, Logan Coyer, Nico Miniakis, and Chance Shanks, your starting lineup for the Lobos. And a little bit of mixture of lines here as Coach Grant Harvey is kind of experimenting a little bit, it seems like, and getting some fresh players on the ice. That puck bouncing around and center ice turned over. Number 21, a quick shot, goes wide of Max and net and goes around the boards. Dallas collects at the blue line, sends it in a little bit deeper, going after it Logan. Stick tied up there with number 22 of Dallas Baptist. Jack Kelly sends it in a little bit deeper, center in front, backhander, goes wide of the net. Tied up, Logan trying to get puck. Centered in front, quick shot on Max, and they score! A quick shot in front of the net, and just like that, Dallas Baptist is struck in the first minute.
That can be a little bit of a momentum killer. You know, they get the puck in really, really early. Great job on the forecheck. They cycle it down, win a couple little puck battles, and then guy in front of the net's just kind of left alone to put that one in past Max. Not much Max can do about that. He's playing the post tight, and it's just a low slot chance that ends up in the back of the net. 1-0 Dallas Baptist.
Those goals, as you mentioned, Nick, in the pregame, Max being a bigger body goaltender, you mentioned those goals or those saves are going to be a little bit harder when he's moving around in net. And unfortunately, Max just unable to react in time to that quick trigger pull goal in front of the net. Puck's in a little bit further, and Tristan Coyer going in after it. He stopped up a little bit. Number 14 for Dallas Baptist sends it in a little bit further. Nick Weaver, though, back checking with his stick, able to free the puck up. Sent up over across to Payson as he'll feed over to Ganshaw. Ganshaw makes a nice move at center ice. Now moving in, Ganshaw has the puck poked off his stick. Rebound shot goes wide. Battling for possession, coming free, taking a quick shot. Payson, they score! Seth Payson, quick response by New Mexico. The game is tied.
Yeah, perfect play. Get that second line out that we've talked about a lot the last couple of weeks. They make beautiful transition from the defensive end up. Great skating through the neutral zone, and then they just are strong on the puck, make some great moves, and put one in the back of the net.
That was a quick answer by the Lobos, and Coach Grant Harvey putting out this line that has been such an offensive producer for this squad. Payson, Genshaw, and Weaver continue to find chemistry between the three of them. Now puck drop at center ice. Different tenor to this game today, Nick, versus last night. Two quick goals, both coming within the first minute 30. Quick shot goes wide of Miller and net. Carnes going in after it in the near boards corner, tied up there with a few bodies. Lobos and Patriots come together at the boards trying to free the puck up. Sent over across. Now puck centered at the blue line, holding on to it is Jack Kelly. Kelly now stops up, looks for support, centers one over across, but can't hit McKinstry. Dallas now looking to start the breakout, misses on the breakout pass though, as Brown will just chip it off the boards. Sent over across, Garrett McKinstry, harassed by a few Dallas sticks, just dumps it out to center ice. Now the puck lobbed back into the Lobo zone, going in after it is Tyler Lovett. Lovett turns around, sends one over across, couldn't hit Carnes on the connecting pass. Pass near the blue line, sent in a little bit deeper, stopped by the body of Carnes though. Puck lost at the blue line, Jack Kelly picks it up, and Kelly might have a breakaway here. Jack one-on-one with the defender, decides to go wide, takes a quick shot that goes wide of the net.
Definitely, play's been a lot more open wide. Not as much hitting here early in the first period as opposed to last night. As
Ronquillo tries a wraparound, a shot, and Miller able to shut the corner off there, not allowing anything to develop out of that. Puck battled for there in the far boards corner, still wrestling for possession. Lobos pinning a Patriots player up against the boards. Sticks tangled together. Puck finally comes free as Dallas ropes it around the board. Logan Coyer there to collect the puck. Nice move at the blue line by Logan. In, quick shot on Miller, and that one never made it to the net. Rebound goes over the stick of Brown, and he'll have to chase it all the way back down to the Lobo zone. Max sends it all the way up, couldn't connect there with Marcus Trujillo, as they'll just have to dump it in. That Chance Shanks. Dallas Baptist now recollecting the puck in their zone, tries a stretch pass out. Logan able to cancel that one out. It's going to go all the way down, and the linesman is going to say it deflected off a Lobos player, so no icing on that. Brown, harassed by two of the Dallas players, sends it over across to Genshaw. Genshaw, though, unable to advance the puck, bounces off the back of Nick Weaver. Genshaw now harassed from behind, has to retreat a little bit more into his own zone. Number 21 persistent on the back check, also number 6. Here comes Seth Genshaw, though. Genshaw in all alone on Miller. Quick shot. Miller able to shut that corner down. Over across. Weaver dumps it in a little bit further, looking to connect with Payson. Payson looping around the boards, looking for somebody to outlet the pass to. Can't find anybody. Now sends it a little bit deeper for Nick Weaver. Weaver centers one in front, lost in the pads of Miller, and he'll cover that one up for a whistle.
A little bit of extra pleasantries here at the end of the play here. Definitely took exception, I think, to a little bit of a chop there afterwards. But we saw a little bit of this last night, Gino. Both teams were a little bit physical, a little bit argy-bargy with one another. But like we mentioned earlier, not as much hitting as we saw last night. Both teams seem to have kind of handshook and said, hey, we'll play this wide open and let's go back and forth with trading chances, which favors UNM, if we have to be honest here.
Yeah, UNM definitely with the speed advantage, and they have speed on all 4 of their lines, which puts them in a really unique position that Coach Grant Harvey doesn't really have to worry about matchups when it comes to speed too much, because against this bigger body Dallas Baptist team, he really has the advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked about it in the pregame. You know, that's going to eventually play its part into this game with them having quicker, a little bit more agile, effortless skaters. But you know, Dallas Baptist gets an offensive zone start here, so we'll see if they can maybe capitalize and get a lead here.
Nick Weaver heading to the penalty box. And they're going to get Weaver for slashing there at the end of that play. So Dallas Baptist on the power play, good chance to recapture the lead as Miniakis will slap that puck all the way down the zone. And Miller will settle it down for collection by number 24 for Dallas Baptist. The Patriots with a great opportunity here to recapture momentum for their side on a power play goal. Puck's in a little bit deeper. Max will settle it down as Miniakis collects it, ropes it around the boards, and kept in. A hit deflected off number 24 for Dallas Baptist. 17 back to 24. 23, quick slap shot. Mac kick save. Rebound goes into the near boards corner, holding on to it. Number 17 back to 24 at the blue line. Back to number 17. Sends one over across. Number 23 winds and fires. Max able to kick that one away. And it's deflected off the boards and all the way down into the Dallas zone.
One thing we saw last night was Dallas Baptist had a similar power play around the same time in the first period, but what it ended up doing was giving UNM a bunch of momentum because they were able to kill the penalty and stop all chances pretty much. And they're doing it here again tonight. Fantastic sticks in the lane. They're keeping bodies in the lane as well to block any shots, but they've been doing a great job on the penalty kill so far.
Dallas Baptist recollecting in their own zone, looking to start the power play breakout. Stretch pass to number 13. He'll just shovel that into the Lobos' end. Max has to settle the puck down. He'll rope it around the boards for Marcus Trujillo to race after. Puck leaks out of the Lobos zone. Bodies tie up there at center ice. Still fighting for possession. The final 20 seconds ticking away on this Patriots power play. Number 7 sends it over across to 25. 25 into the zone, looking for support. Pinched up against the boards. Nice hit there by Logan Coyer, able to stop the advance of the Dallas player. Sticks tie up there in the near boards corner. Back to number 23. He'll walk the blue line, take a quick shot. That one goes wide of Max. Rebound loose in front of the net. And Max able to get there in time to shut out any opportunity. But net comes off the moorings, and that'll lead to a stoppage of play with 14:10 to go in the first period.
It was a great job by Logan along the boards there. Uses his physical play there to remove the puck from the Dallas Baptist player there, number 25. And it effectively nullifies the last 20 seconds of that penalty kill. Just by making a smart little small play there along the boards.
Logan has definitely been a jack-of-all-trades player for this Lobo squad as that quick shot is sent into the zone. Getting tied up behind the net. Centers one in front, and nobody able to get there. Lobos swarming the Dallas player in front of the net as Curtis Brown will dump it into the zone. Going in after it is going to be Genshaw. He's tied up there, pacing a quick shot. Miller never saw it coming and never really got foot to the net. Dumped out of the zone. Going in after it is going to be an icing. So we will have a face-off in the Dallas end of the ice.
From a Dallas Baptist standpoint, you hope that they don't have too much of this, a repeat of last night where they started having a couple loose plays in their own end, which led to icings, and it started wearing them out a lot more because they were having to keep tired legs on the ice, and it gave UNM a chance to put some pucks in the back of the net because of that fact.
Payson on the faceoff, wins it over to Levitt, sends over across to Coyer. Logan takes a quick shot, that one blocked by a body in front of the net. Back out to center ice. Logan has to recollect, sends one over across. Ganshaw has the puck lost in his skates, and he's tied up by a Dallas Baptist player against the boards. Logan chips the puck in a little bit further, but can't get it into the Dallas zone. Errant pass at the Patriots blue line almost leads to a Lobo advancement. Unable to get the puck in deeper. Back to Logan in the Lobo zone, looking for an outlet, makes a few nifty stick handles, and he'll just dump the puck into the Dallas end. The Patriots back to collect the puck. Looking for an outlet, throws one across. Now out to center ice, off of the boards, and number 9 for Dallas will chip it in past Logan Coyer. Going in after it is Levitt. Levitt picking the puck up. He has the guide away from number 9 from Dallas Baptist. Logan pinches number 14 up against the boards. As Jared Carnes now with the puck, had it lost in his skates momentarily, but sends it down to the Dallas end of the ice. But that will result in an icing against UNM.
Been an interesting first period, I think, comparatively to last night. A little bit more back and forth, which is nice to see. We've kind of wondered how this game would play out, especially early here in the afternoon. Must be very different for the players, but I think kind of the time start that you were talking about earlier in the pregame, Gino, is playing a factor into how this game started.
It is possible. They may be a little less sharp. The Lobos typically they've been master classes in passing so far this season. Dallas Baptist, though, Nick, we are seeing them connect a little bit more on those stretch passes. They tried a lot. Quick shot in front. Max, a great save. And Dallas Baptist has really, and it looks like a penalty might be called, or actually the net has come off his moorings. So stoppage of play. Nick, I got to tell you, we've seen a lot of repeated plays like that. Dallas Baptist has had success getting somebody to the front of the net. They're trying to get Max moving a little bit, and maybe those quick shots in front of the net, well, that's what they scored their first goal on.
Yeah, the one thing from a UNM standpoint you hope to see is that centerman pick up that low slot guy. That's one thing we've noticed even from our vantage point is they haven't done a good job of picking that guy that's finding the soft spot in the UNM defense.
Miniakis sends it over across, couldn't hit anybody, so Curtis Brown will have to go back for the puck, chips it off the boards. It's stopped at center ice, though. Back to Brown, throws over across to Miniakis. Miniakis sends one over across to Carnes. Carnes dumps it into the zone. Giving chase is going to be Garrett McKinstry. Number 15 for Dallas Baptist, first to the puck, but couldn't pick it up. McKinstry now with the puck. Centers across. Shanks couldn't get a clear shot, and looks like a save might have been made by Miller. As a centering pass to Shanks, it looks like it stopped, and then we have a hit, and a Lobos player was knocked down to the ice by a Dallas Baptist player, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up here. As Jack Kelly was knocked down to the ice, not too sure what happened there, but the officials quickly put a stop to it.
One thing we didn't touch on in the pregame, but I thought UNM last night did a really good job. It looks like 15's getting ejected. It might be a match penalty for him. He's gone straight to the dressing room. So we could see an extended 5-minute power play here for UNM, which was something that helped them wrangle momentum last night. They had another similar moment where one of the Dallas Baptist players gets ejected, and they took full advantage of that 5-minute power play to score a couple goals.
Interesting development here. If that player is indeed disqualified, he would mark the second Patriots player that has been disqualified this weekend alone, Nick. So tempers flaring up here. And we saw a lot of physical play in last night's game, but it's interesting to see, and it is going to be a 5-minute major assessed to number 15 from Dallas Baptist. So the Lobos with a major penalty opportunity here and a great chance to recapture momentum here in the first period. And that's going to be key for them moving forward in this contest.
And like I was saying earlier, one of the things I felt they did really well was not let the emotion get too much into them last night, which was something we touched on yesterday. They've done a bad job of taking inopportune penalties, but they did a great job last night of making sure they stayed out of the penalty box for a lot of that time.
Holding on to it now, Nick Weaver sends it in a little bit deeper. And Austin Miller was assessed a game disqualification for fighting. Centers one over across. Weaver just missing on that opportunity. Beautiful opportunity. Dallas Baptist on the counterattack. Quick shot in. Max able to kick that one away. Seth Payson now with the puck. Chips it behind himself off the boards to Logan Coyer. Logan now advancing the puck. Eludes a Dallas player at center ice. Now into the zone. Harassed there by a few Dallas Baptist players. Logan goes wide. Settles the puck down. Gets it over to Payson at the blue line. And a little bit deeper. Over across to Logan. Quick shot in. Across. Missing Weaver again. Lobo's really looking to get that passing play. Nick Weaver is wide open on that left side of the ice, just unable to connect on those passes.
Yeah, you can clearly tell it's something the coaching staff must have identified, because they've had this backdoor slot open every single time on the power play, so they're making some beautiful passes cross ice and getting some chances off of it.
Genshaw, harassed by a few Dallas players, has to drop the puck over. It's Jared Ronquillo, the captain, to Payson, tries to center one in front, unable to connect on that pass. Back to Logan Coyer at the blue line. Logan sends it a little bit deeper for a Lobo player. Sends one over in front. Backhander by Genshaw. Never made it to the net. Payson sends it a little bit deeper for Ronquillo. Ronquillo now looking for an outlet. Sends one over across to the far boards. Back to Logan Coyer. Tries to get it a little bit deeper to Payson. Just missing on that pass. Back to Ronquillo now. The captain sends it over to the blue line for Logan Coyer. Coyer back over across to Ronquillo. Jared walks in, shots and scores! Jared Ronquillo for the second day in a row kicks the corner over Miller's glove, and the Lobos have the lead 2-1.
They use everything to the book there. Beautiful movement around, and then you just cannot give Jared Ronquillo that much time and space. He did it last night, he's done it again today. Time and space, and he's going to put it over that glove. Fantastic shot there from Jared.
It's almost a given, and you have to think Dallas Baptist, if they scouted this footage last night, they saw that left slot area near the far faceoff dot. That is Jared's go-to area, and he was able to pick the corner on Miller again. Got to think he probably saw something in the goal he scored last night that shows Miller might not be as strong on the glove side.
Well, the fact that he was able to beat him last night so easily over that glove hand probably gave it away. But, you know, like we said, there was no one coming out to challenge him there. He just had time and space, and he picked his corner, and he made it count like he has all year.
Lobo is able to cash in on this major penalty with 1 goal, and they still have 3 minutes remaining on this man advantage. Is tied up in front of us is going to be Chance Shank, still fighting for possession against number 9 for Dallas Baptist, and Logan Coyer now with the puck. Logan makes a nice move, and Logan's skating skill, Nick, I've heard you talk about it a lot. You just can't, there isn't enough adjectives to describe how effortlessly he makes skating on the ice look, able to elude defenders and challengers almost at will.
It's so smooth, and we talked about it last night on the broadcast. Like, he has a really good quick 3-step, and then he's basically at full speed, and he's just able to glide around defenders so effortlessly, and that's part of what can make him, you know, so dangerous is his deking ability, because they don't think he's going full speed, but he's just going to zoom past you with one quick move.
Logan sends the puck up ahead for Jared Carnes. Carnes now into the zone, but offsides is going to be called there, and the Lobos are going to have the puck go out to center ice. And Nick, for Dallas Baptist, you score the first goal, and then the Lobos score the next 2 unanswered. What do you think after this major penalty is elapsed? What do you think is the key for them to get back into this game?
Well, I think the last 2 minutes of this penalty, you need to make sure it's only 1 goal that's scored on them. You know, I think they need to do maybe a better job of clogging up the neutral zone. Don't give UNM a free chance to wheel into the offensive end like they have right now. And if they can minimize that, they might come away here unscathed, and that might give them a bit of momentum going up through to the rest of the period. Number
13 harassed by Ganshaw behind the net as the puck squirts out of the zone and all the way down for Max McCarron to settle down. Max just leaves it for Jared Ronquillo, the captain, going to glide around his own net and stop up. Now decides to guide out, gives the puck over across to Ganshaw. Ganshaw feeds over to Weaver, collides there with a teammate, sends it in a little bit deeper. Nick Weaver now. Weaver around the Dallas net, looking for somebody to pass to. Chips it off the boards, eludes Jared Ronquillo at the blue line, and the Lobos have to go out into their own zone. Final 125 remaining on this man advantage on the major penalty, game disqualification. Moving in now, Weaver, quick shot, Miller swallows that one up, and that'll get us a whistle with 8:18 to go in the first period.
It was a fantastic little move there from, I believe it was Pace, Nick Weaver, sorry. He comes in, uses the defender as a little bit of a screen, try to go in the same kind of place that Jared just did a moment ago. But this UNM power play has been fantastic, and as we've talked about a lot, you can't give them that many chances. One thing I'm surprised to see, not as many shots tonight as there were last night at this kind of point. We were already up around the 15-shot mark last night.
Logan trying to jump to keep that puck in the zone. Couldn't do it, though, as Max will just hold for a whistle, as number 23 was the first to get down there. I want to take a second to remind our fans at home, if you like what you see from the Lobo Hockey Network, feel free to give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Keep up with all the latest news from the Lobo Hockey Network going into the offseason, as well as we want to thank our sponsor for this game and this season, Jet Rep. Want to thank them for being a proud sponsor of the Lobo Hockey Network all season long. For more information, visit jetrep.com. Shipping the puck out is Genshaw. Genshaw now trying to elude a few Dallas defenders as we're down to the final 50 seconds to go of this man advantage. Sent over across to Brown. He'll walk the blue line, loses the puck momentarily, decides to just dump it in a little bit further. Puck goes around the boards, number 25 for Dallas Baptist, the first one to get to it. Chipped out ahead to center ice, but the Lobo was able to negate that exit of the puck and keep it in the Dallas end of the ice, and now it's going to still be battled for at the far boards corner. Body's tied up there, looking for puck possession. It leaks out towards neutral ice. Logan Coyer now with the puck. Logan able to elude a Dallas player. He's out to center ice. Looking for an outlet pass. Couldn't find anybody. Nice move. Logan Coyer in on lone shot on Miller, and he saves that one. Logan Coyer taking on 3 defenders at the same time. Nifty stick handles there. Now the puck dumped in a little bit further to the Dallas zone for Nick Weaver by captain Jared Ronquillo. Tied up and leaks out to center ice, and that'll elapse the final few seconds. Dallas Baptist back to full strength, Nick, and only giving up 1 goal on that 5-minute major.
Yeah, it was a fantastic job from them to only let in 1. It's a long time to give a very top-end team that much extra advantage. And just quickly as well, oh, no, it's back up. I was going to say bear with us, and apologies for the technical difficulties there for a little bit. But yeah, fantastic work from UNM, and they've been doing a great job of it. And hopefully they can just keep on transitioning this through to the rest of the period.
Offside's called here, so we'll have a whistle with 6:34 to go in the first period. And you got to think another thing to take into account, Nick, Dallas Baptist is now down 2 skaters who have been disqualified. Now they're coming off a 5-minute major penalty kill, and they're on a shorter turnaround time on the game. So you got to think the fatigue eventually is going to show itself in this contest between these two teams.
Yeah, short bench for the next, basically 40 minutes, 46 minutes of this game. That's going to be tough. And you're going to, like we talked about in the pregame, I think we won't necessarily see it here in the first period. Where we will start to see that fatigue set in is going to be period 2 and 3 towards the end of the game, where it might be tight. This could be a 2-1 game for a while here with just how these two teams are playing so far.
Anakis able to keep the puck into the zone, bounces off of Miller's pads and into the far boards corner for number 22 to go in after. Sends one over across off the body of Garrett McKentry. McKentry tries to settle the puck down and does. Walks in. McKentry, nifty stick handle shot. Deflects off of a Dallas defender. Chipped off some bodies and in after it is Tyler Levitt. Harassed behind, and it looks like there might be a tripping penalty here against Dallas Baptist, and there is going to be. Coming to the bench, Max McCarron. Lobo's looking to capitalize off the penalty, but it's going to be touched up by Miller. Nonetheless, Lobos are going to have a power play here with 5:51 to go in the third period. A great chance to pad this lead and make it a 3-1 advantage.
It was great work there by Tyler to keep a strong skate and then kind of fend off the forechecker there, and he draws a penalty from it just by doing good work here in the defensive zone. So back to the power play for UNM. You'd hope from their standpoint they put one in here over the next 2 minutes and really put this one hopefully in their favor and not allow Dallas Baptist back in.
Face off here in the Dallas zone. Nick Weaver feeds one over across to Chance Shanks. Shanks across, quick shot there by Genshaw. Miller able to kick that one away. Pushed up against the boards to Logan Coyer at the blue line. Logan has the puck jump off of his stick, has to retreat out to center ice. Put up against the boards hard, and avoiding the worst of that hit was Nick Weaver. Over across now, here's Genshaw. Making a nice move, takes a quick shot. Miller, save, rebound, goes wide.
It's one area that I think they should take more advantage of. He is giving up rebounds, and they haven't had as much traffic in front of the net here tonight for UNM to take advantage of it.
Puck dumped in a little bit further there by Nick Weaver. Battling for puck possession out to center ice is going to be Payson to settle it down. Payson, Weaver, and Genshaw on the ice right now. Drop pass over across. Nick Weaver back to Logan Coyer over across. Payson, a shot. That one goes wide. Rebound, and Miller able to get across in time.
What a beauty of a save there to get across. That's side to side, makes a beautiful play there. Really unlucky from a UNM standpoint that doesn't end up in the back of the net, because that was fantastic movement by the UNM power play there.
Randy Miller, beautiful save there, and we saw him make some dandies last night as well, Nick. So you got to think Dallas Baptist, even though last night didn't go in their favor, they have full confidence in their netminder. Here comes Ronquillo gliding with the puck. Quick shot, and that one goes wide. Now the puck all the way out to center ice is Logan Coyer, the first one back to it. Logan's just going to settle down, and he'll decide to just sit behind his own net and look to start the breakout. Logan sends over across to Ganshaw. Ganshaw throws over across Weaver. That puck jumped off his stick. Throws the puck back out to center ice for Logan. Dallas player able to get a good stick check on that puck to prevent it from entering his own zone. Puck sent in further, and there's going to be an icing, it looks like, against the Lobos.
Just barely, I think.
Yeah, I mean, interesting.
From my vantage point, I don't know if you saw it any better, but it looked like the UNM player also may have beaten the defender there to that race. So interesting, but still 26 seconds left in this penalty. That's enough time to skate it up once and at least get some offensive zone time.
Ganshaw here to take the face-off. It's tied up, and number 9 for Dallas Baptist able to advance. Centers one in front, couldn't connect with anybody. 25, a quick trigger pull, bounced off a few bodies in front. Centers one over in front. Max was down and out, but the puck just hopped over his pad. Logan Coyer now with the puck. Settles it down, decides to twirl away from the defender. Dallas Baptist, though, looking to get some good pinching here against the boards. Genshaw sends over across to Shanks. Shanks stumps it over across to Jared Ronquillo. Ronquillo looks to free the puck up, gives it over to Tyler Levitt. Levitt a quick shot. That one kicked out by Miller, but a whistle went before that shot went off. So it looks like, not too sure what the referees called there. It might have been an offsides.
It was interesting from our vantage point. It looked like he was fine. He kept the puck in there, but I believe he's coming out to the neutral zone here for a face-off.
So Dallas Baptist able to kill that penalty, so this remains a 2-1 game. And the Patriots penalty kill being called on a lot so far early in this game, Nick, but they've risen to the occasion.
Yeah, and they've had guys like one of the goal scorers last night for them, Buddy Barrett. He was fantastic last night for them in that third period, and another guy that helped them.
Number 23, quick shot, swallowed up by Max. His number 14 is going to touch up Max, maybe introduce himself to it, but Curtis Brown takes exception to that. Either way, Max able to swallow that puck up and keep this a one-goal advantage for the Lobos with 3:28 to go in the first period. Face-off here. It's going to be Garrett McKinstry. Dallas wins it cleanly. Quick shot taken. That one deflects wide over the net as Carnes will chip it out to center ice. His number 24 for Dallas Baptist picks it up, bounces it off the boards, holding on to the puck there. Momentarily was Carnes, but he had it poked off of his stick. Now retreating is Garrett McKinstry. McKinstry touches up the puck, feeds over across, and now dumped in by Jack Kelly. Number 7 for Dallas Baptist goes in after the puck, reams it off the boards, held in there by Brown, and he'll go down. And they're going to say an offsides as the puck crossed the blue line in the Dallas zone.
I think it was a hand pass that they may have. It seemed like what the linesman was signaling there. Or he said touch me. Either way, good bounce back there from a couple of chances there for Dallas Baptist. You know, that momentum that they may have gained from killing off those penalties. But to UNM's credit, they've been continuing with what they're doing well in this period, which is getting the puck in and creating chances off.
Quick shot there by Ganshaw was deflected off a body in front of the net. He'll go to the boards now, looking to win puck possession. It's over to Logan, able to keep it in the zone, over across to his cousin Tristan. Tristan backhands one a little bit deeper. Lobos collect the puck. Lost behind the net. Miller doesn't know where it is. Weaver has the puck, though. Weaver now sends it over across. Logan's pass to the blue line never really got there. Dallas Baptist on the counterattack. They'll just chip the puck in a little bit deeper. In on Max, and he'll cover it up for the whistle.
Been I'm sure a tough period for Max. He hasn't had too many shots, same as Sam had last night, so a little bit of a tough one to stay mentally in it, but he's done a good job when he's been called upon outside of that quick little start that Dallas Baptist got on him.
Here comes Seth Payson with a head of steam out of the Lobo zone. Payson going wide on the Dallas defender, takes a quick shot on Miller. That one bounced off of his pad and it will leak into the far boards corner for Logan Coyer to send it in a little bit deeper. Nick Weaver now with the puck. Weaver stops up, tied up in a Dallas Baptist defender's stick, and now pushed down to the ice. Weaver and Ganshaw pinching up against the boards against two Dallas Baptist players. Lobos and Patriots tangled up there. Puck comes free. Payson to Ganshaw. Quick shot. Save made. Miller rebound scores! Zach Ganshaw persistent on the rebound. The Lobos lead it 3-1.
Fantastic work there from that line. They've done an amazing job the last two nights. And throughout the last couple games, fantastic work there from Genshaw. He was one of the best guys for me last night. Persistent on the puck, as you said. Fires it once, gets his rebound, and puts it past the goalie there from Dallas Baptist, Randy Miller.
And who else? What other line would be out on the ice other than the Weaver, Ganshaw, and Payson line? These guys continue to be a productive line for Coach Grant Harvey, and really a great complementary second line, even possibly a first line, Nick, as this team heads to nationals.
Yeah, it's hard to understate how much of an impact a really good second and third line can have, especially when this one is playing, like we talked about last night. If you have the ability to cancel out your top line and you win that second matchup, you're always going to win the game, and they've done a fantastic job over the last couple games.
Puck battled there in the near boards corner, sent in a little bit deeper. Dallas Baptist number 9, Raspauer, and a quick shot and a great save made by Max. And a few players collide behind the net. Max made that glove save look pretty rudimentary.
Yeah, very alert to what was going on. Kind of knew what was going on the whole way there, it seemed like, from his standpoint. Came out, challenged perfectly, and right into his glove. Pretty effortlessly, you could say.
Max has displayed the leather all season long. It's been one of the strongest parts of his game, and he was not fooled there. Big hit as the fans are getting into this contest now. Moving in, Kelly centers one over across Bacarnes, and a save made by Miller. Battling for possession here, Dallas Baptist out to center ice. Nice move made by number 14, but Curtis Brown able to stand him up near the Lobos blue line as we approach the final minute of the first period. McKinstry stops up, centers one over in front, and Miller will just cover that one up for the whistle.
It's taken a little bit of extra time here, but it seems like towards the end of this period, you're starting to see UNM speed come really into play here. It seems like that penalty kill has taken a little bit out of Dallas Baptist's sail, but we've gone from only having a couple shots both ways to now UNM's already up to 16 this period, so really starting to put the pressure on Dallas Baptist.
And you got to think that all these penalties that have been taken are going to start to affect the Patriots skaters here pretty soon. As the puck is roped into the zone for Max to settle down, he'll leave it for Curtis Brown. Brown harassed and pinched up against the boards by number 21 for Dallas Baptist. Puck comes free. Number 13 tries to center one. 21 in front. Couldn't hit number 6. 24, quick shot from the blue line, and Max swallows that one up with his glove. Great glove save there made by Max McCarron with all that traffic in front of the net.
Yeah, one thing we also noted there, probably you saw number 6 there from Dallas Baptist. He was free in the low slot again, and that's been a consistent theme for Dallas Baptist. They've been able to get these plays into the middle of the ice and give grade A scoring chances because of the lack of attention to detail from UNM.
Logan Coyer will heave that puck out of the Lobos' end of the ice as Genshaw gives chase to the puck, unable to get to it though. Puck dumped in a little bit further for the Patriots to go in after. Battling for puck possession, leaks out to the Lobos zone. Tristan Coyer will rope it off the boards. Genshaw, nifty move there at center ice to avoid a Dallas Baptist skater. Logan now just will retreat into his own zone, throws the puck across to his cousin Tristan, sends it up the ice for Nick Weaver, and that'll do it for the first period. Lobos, an impressive start after Dallas Baptist scored the opening goal in the first minute of the period. They respond with 3 unanswered, Nick.
Yeah, fantastic work from them to have that mental fortitude. Great job by the coaching staff to put out that impact line of Genshaw, Weaver, and Payson to change that momentum early, and then from there it's just been the class and the talent of UNM that's shone through the rest of this period.
Alrighty, fans, so Lobos have a 3-1 advantage as we enter the first intermission here at the Outpost Arena. You're watching the Lobos season finale here on the Lobo Hockey Network. We have more action coming up when the second period starts. Alrighty, Lobo hockey fans, welcome back to the Outpost Arena as we get ready for second period action of Game 2 between your University of New Mexico Lobos and the Dallas Baptist University Patriots. And Nick, a lot closer first period than what we saw in last night's contest. Dallas scoring the first goal in the first minute, but then the Lobos scoring the next three unanswered.
Yeah, but in a lot of ways, almost it was very similar to how last night was as far as the way the rest of the period went. First goal, obviously, from Dallas Baptist. They got a good start, but we saw UNM score 3 unanswered goals. They're going to go in with another three-goal first and another major power play that helped propel them forward into the lead that they're sitting at right now.
Dallas Baptist also down 2 skaters that have been disqualified in this contest, so you got to think that's going to play a huge role in the rest of this game as Marcus Trujillo will send the puck over across to Chance Shanks, back to Shanks, moving right in. Shanks goes around the boards, tied up in a few sticks by some Dallas defenders, back to the blue line. Logan sends it a little bit deeper, deflects on Miller, save there made. And the Dallas defender has to skate that puck out of harm's way. Going in after it, Marcus Trujillo sends it over across to Chance Shanks. Shanks chips it off the board and a little bit further forward is Shanks. Puck roped around the boards. Number 21 sends one over into the neutral zone ice. Going in after it is going to be Logan Coyer. Puck won't get deep enough for an icing. Puck battle for there around the boards, thrown across, and now chipping at it, Nick Weaver. And the puck is sent deeper into the Lobos' end of the ice. They'll chip it off the boards. Moving in now, Logan Coyer. Coyer looking for support to get the puck out of the zone. Able to do so, and now moving in after it is going to be Nick Weaver all alone, looking for somebody to pass the puck to. Weaver pinched up against the boards, fighting for puck possession. Puck comes free. Number 7 now with the puck. Will send it over across right to the stick of Menakis. Puck shot on net. Deflects just wide. Genshaw chips it off the board, over across to Brown. Brown's quick shot deflects off a few bodies. Weaver tries a rebound but couldn't maintain control of the puck. Deflects off a Dallas player, sent in a little bit further for Seth Payson, but the puck bounces over his stick. Number 7 chips it off the boards and out to center ice for Menakis to collect. Nico sends it in a little bit deeper. Number 7 for Dallas Baptist will settle it down. Holds on to it, ropes it around the boards, and that's going to go high and out of play. And we'll have our first whistle with 18-14 to go in the second period.
Great start to the second period from UNM. A lot of pressure in the Dallas Baptist end. You like to see it, not a repeat of how the first period went when they let Dallas Baptist in early. So good job from them, good start to the period. We'll see if they can capitalize on this early offensive zone time.
Alrighty, so face off here in the Lobos zone. It's Garrett McKinstry going against number 23 for Dallas Baptist. And a late substitution here as the final Dallas Baptist skater skates into the face off. Won by the Lobos momentarily. McKinstry strong on the puck, able to maintain possession. Backhands one over the net of over the head of Miller. Here comes Jared Carnes now. Carnes loops around, sends it a little bit deeper to McKinstry. McKinstry now holds on to it, skates away, dumps it in for Carnes. Carnes has to avoid the legs of the referee, sends it over across to Brown. Brown dumps it a little bit further. Now holding on to the puck is Dylan Anthony. Anthony tries to chip it past a Dallas player. Carnes chips it off the boards over across. Manakis, slap shot goes wide of Miller and net. Carnes now dumps it in a little bit further for Garrett McKinstry. Nice move by McKinstry to avoid a Dallas stick. Over to Anthony, but the puck bounces over his stick. Nico and a Dallas player come hard to the boards as Dylan Anthony has that poke checked off of his stick. Out to center ice. Number 24 for Dallas Baptist tries to center one to center ice, unable to connect with his teammate there. They'll recollect and try another zone entry. Into the zone, Dallas Baptist, but the puck is interrupted there across to Curtis Brown. Brown now skating near his blue line. He's out to center ice. Over the blue line. Brown tries a new move at the blue line. Unable to connect. Couldn't get the puck in a little bit further. Dumped in a little bit further now for Jack Kelly. Kelly battling there with number 25 for Dallas Baptist. Moving in now is Miles Dyken in front, and Kelly just missing on that pass. Tristan Coyer now hard on the puck for the Lobos. Had that attempt interrupted, and Dallas Baptist out to center ice. Battling there. A few sticks tied up. Patriots and Lobos against the boards, fighting for possession as the puck is held in at the blue line momentarily, still fighting for possession, and a whistle will come from that, and it looks like the puck may have leaked offsides.
Fantastic work there from that McKinstry line. They had probably about a minute and a half of consistent zone time. They were doing a fantastic job on the cycle game, and then they did some smart plays where they were kicking it back up to the defense, who were getting clean shots through because the defense had collapsed so far down.
Puck sent over across to Miles Dyken. He'll send one over across, and here comes Jack Kelly with a head of steam. Maybe a 2-on-1. Kelly in. Quick shot goes over the head of Miller. Held in there. Tristan Coyer chips it off the boards. Goes over the stick of number 13 for Dallas Baptist. He'll send it up the boards. Logan, a great move at the blue line to keep the puck in. Jack Kaufmann sends the puck in a little bit deeper for number 25 for Dallas Baptist to hunt down. Sends it just past the stick of Miles Dyken. It's roped in and just avoids the Lobos bench and us over here. That was a close one.
I'm not sure how that missed all of us here. Poor Julian, our producer, almost got creamed by that puck, and it just narrowly missed.
That was pretty, that was another one of those pucks that was moving so fast I didn't even react to it. I just saw this, some blurry black disc heading towards us.
I'm very surprised that Sam didn't make the save. He's right next to us, and he is a goalie, so you'd think he should have patted that one down.
Sam let us down there, man. That would have been rough. At least I wouldn't have had to pay back my student loans if that happened. Sending one in front. Oh,
Jared gets a high stick there.
Nick, he got a stick high near the face. Good thing for these college players that they wear these cages that protect them from any lost teeth. I think I think heart rates have lowered a little bit.
Everyone's got to calm down a little bit after that craziness.
There was a lot of nervous moments there for a second. I guess you could really say milliseconds because that's how fast that puck was moving. Jared Ronquillo takes the face-off for the Lobos over across to Chance Shanks. Harassed by a few Dallas defenders. Shanks now gives over to Ronquillo. Ronquillo surveys, gives over across to Manakis. That puck just hops off his stick, and they'll collide. Puck stays in play. Shanks battling there with number 7 for Dallas Baptist for possession. Puck chipped off the boards. Nico, first one to the puck, in the skates of Jared, but he couldn't get a good grasp of the puck. It's sent out to center ice. Going in after it, Tyler Levitt tied up there. Max will come out to play the puck as number 13 for Dallas Baptist hit up against the boards hard. Lobos have a 3-on-1 developing here. Moving in, Tyler takes a shot, just goes wide of the net. Colliding with some players. Miller's down, has to recollect himself. Centers one in front, can't hit anybody. Miller collided with his own defender. Shot save made by Miller, scrambling wide. Jared couldn't get a good stick on that rebound opportunity. Jared knocked down to his knees, has to play the puck from there. Swinging at it was Logan Coyer. He can't connect, and it's going to go all the way down for an icing against Dallas.
Calling a high stick there, I believe. I think that might have been against Logan for touching that. So either way, it's going to go all the way down the other end for Dallas Baptist offensive zone start. But really great work from UNM this period about getting that cycle game, good forecheck, keeping the pressure on, and they haven't really allowed Dallas Baptist to have much life in this period.
And the puck sent over, number 24 now, dumps the puck in a little bit further. Holding on to it there is Tristan Coyer. Coyer now sends one over across, moving in is Zach Genshaw. That puck slapped at center ice, bounces high into the air. Max will just guide it over to Logan Coyer. Logan, harassed by 2 Dallas players, will have to send it up a little bit further. Throws the puck across the zone. Payson will see that puck go in on Max McCarron. A shot from the blue line, kind of just lobbed by Dallas. Max, no trouble with that one. Moving in now, Logan Coyer over the blue line. Centers one over across, could not connect with Nick Weaver on that pass, and it's going to lead to, I believe, maybe an offsides. Or the puck may have gone out of play.
I think it deflected out of play. Coming to the neutral zone for center ice there for a face-off, but
a lot of fast pace to this period so far, Nick. We've seen both teams with great opportunities.
Well, it's something we even saw in the first period. It's been a lot more open wides. They've been trading chances back and forth, both teams. I think defensively they kind of figured out last night that maybe the physicality wasn't the way to win the game, so they're just trying to play with skill and speed to see who kind of comes out on top of this.
And another stoppage of play here with 13:50 to go here in the second period. I want to take this moment to remind our fans, if you like the content you're seeing here on the Lobo Hockey Network, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow us on those social media platforms to keep up with all the latest information from the Lobo Hockey Network. Also want to thank our sponsor all season long, JetRep. For more information, please visit jetrep.com, and we appreciate them being a proud sponsor of the Lobo Hockey Network all season. And it looks like a penalty is actually going to be assessed to number 21. And Fabian Perez for Dallas Baptist is going to head to the penalty box, and the Lobos are going to have a power play chance here.
Another great way to gain some extra momentum here. You've already had a massive amount of pressure here in this second period, and now you can capitalize on that from a UNM standpoint.
Logan Coyer now, quick trigger pull, goes high over the blocker of Miller. Nick Weaver now settling the puck down. Weaver feeds over across to Logan, walks the blue line, takes another shot, he scores! Logan Coyer with traffic in front of the net from the captain, Jared Ronquillo, and the Lobos cash in on the power play and make it 4-1.
Fantastic work by the power play. Really simple stuff, but they executed so well. Get great movement up towards the top there. Logan with a great seeing eye shot, and I don't know if Jared got a piece of it, but either way, it squeaks through Randy Miller and makes this a 4-1 game.
And Miller, with some choice words for the official, thought maybe Jared might have impeded his ability to play that puck.
Yeah, but from where we were standing, it looked like Jared was outside the crease there. So, you know, from a rule standpoint, if he's not making an impact while in the crease, then it's a good goal, and that's the way the referee saw it as well. But I did see Logan turn around after the shot went in to look and see if the referee agreed with that, and clearly it did, because we're up to, my mistake, a 5-1 hockey game.
Oh, it looks like they just corrected it on the
sorry,
scoreboard.
yeah.
I got a little concerned
I'm
there for a
confused now
second,
as well.
too.
They keep on flipping it back and forth. It's 4-1.
I mean, I've never been good at math, but I would hope I could do simple addition like that, as Miller will just cover that puck in as it was dumped in on him. And the Lobos now, Nick, in firm control of this one. This is similar to the position we saw them in last night as well. But this Dallas Baptist team we talked about in the pregame, they have been sneaky good against these ranked opponents.
Yeah, and it's full credit to UNM here, because they haven't allowed them to get into any of these games. You know, the first 3 periods from last night and then again today, they've been all over them in every facet of the game, defensively, offensively. So great job by them to keep on top of this.
Carnes with possession of the puck, but loses it there. Sent over across for Charlie Levitt. Puck gets lost in his skates, and having to retreat and retrieve it is Curtis Brown. Sent over across. Here comes Carnes moving into the zone. Carnes harassed there by number 7. Now he's hit by number 14. Swarming to him. Over to Brown. Brown throws on the net. Deflects off a Dallas player in front of the net. And Levitt unable to get to the puck in time, and it leaks out to center ice. Brown throws it across off the stick of McKinstry. Bounced high into the air. Carnes dumps it into the zone. Moving in after it, McKinstry stops up, pinched up against the boards, but McKinstry strong on the puck, maintaining possession. Sweeps it over to Miles Dyken. Dyken now looking for support, centers one over across. Gives it to Tristan Coyer. Coyer sends it in a little bit deeper for Garrett McKinstry. McKinstry now, he'll look for an outlet pass as he's harassed in the near boards corner. Drops it over, Jack Kaufmann going in after it. Chipped off the boards, held in there by Tristan Coyer. Held in by number 23. Miles pushes number 23 up against the boards hard. That shot deflects off of Kaufman's stick, and that one blocked away by Miller on the rebound by Logan Coyer. Kaufmann puts a Dallas Baptist player into the boards, and he is down And it looks like he is shaken up after that hit delivered by Jack Kaufmann.
He's clutching his head here. You hope he's okay. You never want to see anyone get hurt, especially in the head, such a sensitive area. But
and then he is down, and he is in some discomfort, Nick. And he took an awkward hit there as Kaufmann kind of had him pinched up against the boards. And again, like you see the fans here at the Outpost Arena clapping as the player is rising to his knees. And a tough scene here. It's a physical game, but you never want to see a player down like that.
The good thing is we're seeing him skate off now. You know, it's great to see it that he's not injured in such a serious manner. But yeah, it looks like he took a nasty little collision into the board there. Like you said, it's a physical game. Things like that are going to happen, but really glad to see that he's skating off and in a good position to do so.
And that was number 14, Austin Miller. So Austin able to skate off under his own power. Thankful to see that with 12:08 remaining in the second period. We'll resume action here as set to take the face-off is going to be Jack Kelly. Face-off one back to Dallas as they'll rope the puck around the boards. Coming to it hard is Tristan Coyer. He collides there with Miles Dyken and a few Patriots skaters. Chipped off the boards. Dallas is out to center ice. Number 25 tries to guide through a few Lobos. Couldn't really do it as he loses possession. Number 17 keeps it in the zone though. Chipped high into the air. Number 17 again at the blue line. Dumps it in a little bit further. Throws one over and cross loose in front of Max. And great heads-up play there made by the Lobos. And they're on the counterattack. Looks like they have a 2-on-1. Moving in, Jack Kelly has a guiding player in front. Oh, and a save by Miller.
What a 10-bell save there from Randy Miller. Fantastic work by UNM, but Randy Miller is up to the task.
Randy Miller with a great save there. Also a great heads-up play by the defenseman. Here comes Logan Coyer for a chance. His shot off the pads of Miller and swooped out of harm's way. Lobos looking to maintain the pressure as the puck is sent in a little bit deeper. Fighting for it is Logan Coyer. Collides there with number 16. Coyer pushed up against the boards. Still battling for possession. Dallas able to clear the puck out. And they're out to center ice. Miles chipping at the back checking there. Quick shot in. Goes wide of Max McCarron in net. And a Dallas player hit the ice. Puck held down to behind the Dallas net. Now thrown up the boards. Miles now with the puck. Miles throws it over across. Moving in is Jack Kelly. Nice move by Jack. He's in all alone. Switches it across. Shot save. Oh, a save by Miller. Oh, what a pass there by Kelly. Shot by Shanks and Miller. A great save again.
That's two plays that Jack Kelly has made that have been absolutely fantastic and so unlucky that we haven't seen a goal go in here the last little bit.
Randy Miller displaying his skills in net. Over across to Brown. He'll wind and fire one. Deflects off of number 25 in front of the net. Battling for puck possession. Now thrown over across. Ronquillo couldn't hold on to it. Manakis sends it a little bit further for Marcus Trujillo. Over across now. Shanks battling for it, and Miller will just swallow that puck up as a UNM stick gets lost in his glove, and Miller will just toss that stick aside. And Shanks and Miller just patting each other on the back. Miller kind of just threw Shanks' stick to the ice, but both of them just kind of laughing it off. Goaltenders hate to have equipment that isn't their own in their crease.
Especially stabbed into him like that one was. So it's good to see that they're having a bit of a joke around about it and laughing about it.
10:09 remaining here in the second period. Lobos have a 4-1 advantage. Chipped off the boards. Number 24 sends it to 23. Kept in though by Nico Manakis. He'll send it a little bit deeper. Going in after it. Dylan Anthony, he's knocked down to the ice. McGarrett McKinstry looks to lend support. Dallas, though, wins puck possession, sends it high into the air and out to center ice. Manakis has to back check. Max came out of the net hard, and he's upended. And no call there, though. And that's the danger, Nick, when you have a goaltender that plays actively that far out of the crease.
Yeah, huge props to, I believe it was Manakis, who came back and saved that from going in the back of the net from that challenge there from Max.
As the puck is lost there, Max will guide it around the net. Thankful to see Max is up and not injured after that collision. Almost tossed him skate over head. Shot taken. That one never really made it through to the net. Battling for puck possession there in the far boards corner. Coming out with it is Curtis Brown. Sends one over across. Now out of the zone, Garrett McKinstry makes a few nifty moves. Over across, hitting the ice is Dylan Anthony. Now Dallas on the counterattack. Number 7 feeds over across to 22. 22, quick shot fought off by Max. Battling for possessions there in the far boards corner. Still battling. Puck comes free over across. Lobos looking to gain entry out of their own zone. Dylan Anthony holding on to it, chips it in a little bit further for Garrett McKinstry. McKinstry, though, tied up by too many Patriots sticks. It's back into the UNM end for Max to settle down. Chips it ahead a little bit further. Still battling for possession, looking for somebody to outlet the pass to. Now it's Menakis. He'll settle it down behind his own net, and he'll throw it the length of the ice, and that'll go all the way down for an icing. And that's going to raise some question marks at the Lobos bench, wondering why Nico decided to just lob that puck all the way down the ice.
Yeah, this might be the worst time to do it because from a UNM standpoint, this is the first time that Dallas Baptist this period has really pushed back against you, and they've had some continued offensive zone time, so might not be the best thing for it because now Dallas Baptist are going to get their top line out there to maybe take advantage of some tired UNM players.
Definitely not what you want to see when you have prolonged skaters out on the ice. Lobos now, as they are trying to figure some logistics out. The linesman, puck drop here, won by Dallas Baptist. Quick shot in. Max able to fight that one off. Number 9, harassed behind the net, looking for somebody to outlet the pass to. Centers in front, backhander goes wide of the net and thrown the length of the ice, and that is going to go for another icing. And these Lobos skaters are going to stay on the ice.
You can see they're starting to definitely get a little bit more tired, but you know, from a UNM standpoint, though, it's probably a good thing that you've been able to roll all your lines through because you're going to have this extended period now where guys are going to be tired, but you can just get them rested up here once they hopefully get out of this unscathed.
Face-off in the Lobos' end. Won by UNM momentarily, battling to get the puck out of the zone is Garrett McKinstry, sent it over across. Lobos finally able to get the puck out to center ice, but not deep enough to get everybody changed. They will get a few skaters, though, fresh legs out there. Battling for possession there. Still working the puck free. Here comes Zach Genshaw, but back checking by Dallas negates that zone entry for UNM. Colliding there as the puck is dumped further into the Dallas end of the ice. Number 25 settles it down, harassed there by Zach Genshaw and Seth Payson. Genshaw sends it back to the blue line. Logan Coyer takes a quick shot. He scores! Logan Coyer again from the blue line. The Lobos have a 5-1 lead.
I believe that was Payson in front that might have tipped that one, but a fantastic shot there from Logan once more. Beautiful work. They were hemmed in for a long time there from UNM, but when they get up the other end, they make it count, and it's a 5-1 game. Seth Payson definitely very happy with that. It was a beautiful tip. But a great shot as well, like we talked about. For Logan to put it in an area where his forwards can get to that and make a play with it, great hand-eye coordination from them.
And the Lobos extend their lead here in the second period as now with 7:30 to go in the second. It is a 5-1 Lobo advantage as Tristan Coyer will go in after the puck. Tristan battling for possession, feeds one over across, chipped high into the air, and now here's Jack Kelly. Quick shot swallowed up by Miller.
Jack Kelly has had a quiet, good period as he's made some great plays, but you like to see that. This is one of the lines that we haven't seen too much over the season, or at least some of these players we haven't seen too much over the season, getting a chance and they're making it count when they're on the ice today.
Definitely been a huge advantage there as Tristan Coyer lost a little bit of an edge there, still able to fling the puck into the Dallas zone. Set up the boards. Patriots out to center ice. They're moving in. Glides around. Number 23 tries to glide around Logan Coyer, but a great pinch up against the boards by Logan, able to prevent any sort of puck advancement. Still battling for possession. Throws one over across, now out to center ice. Nobody able to really get possession there as the puck is dumped a little bit further into center ice, and number 23 over the blue line. Logan, first one to the puck with a head of steam. He'll loop around the boards. Logan centers one over across, now fed over, and here comes Jack Kelly. Kelly into the zone, glides around the defender. Kelly in all alone, and he's hit before he could really get that shot off.
Beautiful move, though, to get around that defender.
And we've seen Jack Kelly really show off his moves a lot so far this season. He's got the puck again, shot blocked by a Dallas body. Tries to chip it off, but Kelly able to utilize his body to keep the puck in the zone. Chipped high off the boards. Now holding on to it. Sends one over across. Chance Shanks. Shanks now with the puck. Makes a nifty move. Drops to Ronquillo. Ronquillo in, takes a shot, Miller. Great save, rebound, loose in front of him, couldn't really find it. Now lost behind the net. 25 for Dallas Baptist, chips it off the boards. Manakis able to keep the puck in momentarily, but it's lost out to center ice. Thrown over again from Marcus Trujillo, over across to Jared Ronquillo. Ronquillo now into the zone, waits, chips one over on Miller, in and out of his glove. Over across to Chance Shanks. Shanks has the puck pickpocketed off of him. And Dallas is looking to maintain possession, but Chance able to get to the puck first. Send up the boards, holding on to it. Tyler Levitt, he'll take a quick shot, deflects just wide of Miller. And Miller will just decide to cover that one up for a whistle.
You know you're in a good position when you've had so many lines rolling through that you haven't seen too much of the top line in Ronquillo, Trio, and Shanks. So that's a great thing for UNM, and we talked about it earlier, G. This is going to be one where they're going to be able to use this to an advantage as we go further and further this game. These top line players are going to be able to put pucks in the net when there's tired players out there from Dallas Baptist.
And those two disqualified players have to be weighing high on the Dallas Baptist lines now. Less men on the ice, less opportunity for rest in between shifts for these players. As McKinstry gets tangled up in a Dallas stick, puck comes free. Garrett, the first one to the puck, persistent on it, pinched up against the boards. Still wings it free. Garrett McKinstry, great play there made. Lost possession, but he was strong coming off the boards to maintain possession. Puck chipped off the boards there by number 21 for Dallas Baptist. Max settles it down, throws it up the boards. Still battling for possession there. Thrown over across, deflects off a UNM defender, and the Lobos are out again on the counterattack. Here comes Garrett McKinstry. Tries to guide around number 16. He's pressed up against the boards hard, loses puck possession. Carnes is pushed up again. Dylan Anthony centers for McKinstry in front. Couldn't really connect with him. Thrown over across. Glove down by Jared Carnes. He's bodied to the ice, and that's going to lead to a penalty here. And it looks like Dallas Baptist is going to head to the penalty box.
A lot of words being exchanged there with the Dallas Baptist player from the UNM bench. Definitely weren't happy with that one, but probably not the smartest penalty to take, especially with how UNM's been playing, as we've talked about all period long. They've been really, really applying the pressure, and now you're giving them 2 minutes of extra man advantage. We'll see if there's anything extra that comes of this.
And Nick, how much of the frustration level do you think plays into this for Dallas Baptist, as they're going to assess a double minor penalty here against Dallas Baptist? But you think you lose game 1 5-2, you're down 5-1 in this contest. When does the emotion start to boil over?
Oh, you can clearly tell it's already done that with the ejection earlier, and then here with this 4-minute double minor. But you'd have to think, yes, Dallas Baptist, as we've seen, are a very physical team. They're a very emotional team. But at some point, you have to play within the confines of the rules and not hurt your team by being overly physical and overly emotional. There's a way to play on the edge, and right now they're not playing on the edge. They're playing over the edge, and it's impacting them on the scoreboard. And that's probably something that is going to hurt them, going forward with the rest of their season. But it's definitely helping UNM out here by having these kind of silly brain snap plays.
On the ice for the Lobos is going to be Seth Payson, Zach Genshaw, Jared Ronquillo, Logan Coyer, and Nick Weaver. Sent over across. Genshaw on the slot. Quick shot off the mask. Miller. Rebound. They score. And they're going to say no goal on that one. The official right there on the spot. And it looks like they might say that Jared, I would guess, might have kicked it in, or
I think he was trying to,
or might have interfered with the goaltender.
He said kicking motion, so interesting. But it almost seemed like he was trying to put skate to stick there, and the referee's quick on the spot and waves that one off.
So the Dallas Baptists avoid a 6th goal here, at least momentarily. 3:48 remaining on the double minor penalty assessed to Dallas Baptist. And Max will settle that one down, and holding on to it is Logan Coyer. Logan sends one over across, moving in is Seth Payson. Payson now into the zone. Has the puck chopped at. Send it over across. Ronquillo, shot save made by Miller. Puck loose in front. Miller pokes that one out of harm's way. Ganshaw feeds over across to Logan Coyer. Coyer over across to Payson. Back to Logan. Logan sends over across to Nick Weaver. Nick Weaver, a quick shot, deflects wide of Miller and net. Ronquillo now with the puck. Throws one over on Miller. That one deflects off his stick over. Payson, a shot goes wide. Nick Weaver now. Throws one over across to Logan Coyer. Back to Weaver. Nick sends it over back to Logan. The puck just bounces off his stick and out to center ice.
Unlucky, but they've had such a great power play already to start. You know, that first, the waved off goal was a beautiful play, and they've had some great movement again here. They're getting their chances. They're doing the right things. If they stick to it, they'll put one here in the back of the net shortly.
Lobos breaking out of their own zone now with 2:39 remaining on the double minor assessed to the Patriots. Thrown around the boards. Ganshaw, the first one to it. Battles there with number 16. 3 Lobos there. Nick Weaver, Chance Shanks lending support. Ganshaw feeds to Logan Coyer. Back to Ganshaw. Ganshaw now walking in on the far face-off dot. Back to Logan Coyer. Logan fans on that passing attempt. And Dallas Baptist is out to center ice. And they're able to leak it back into the Lobo zone and continue this penalty kill as the final 10 seconds is approaching on the first 2 minutes assessed on the double minor, and there's going to be a whistle here and a stoppage of play.
You can tell the ice is just getting a little bit chippy. We've had 2 plays where Logan's tried to hold the puck in on the blue line and it's just bounced off his stick, so unlucky, but that's the way this period's gone. They've had a lot of pressure in the Dallas Baptist end, so the ice is going to be a little bit more worn in, so passes won't be as smooth, so you got to make the right plays here from a UNM standpoint.
Face off now in the Lobos end of the ice. Battle for there. As it's thrown up the ice, and now here's Zach Genshaw. Genshaw glides through center ice, stops up, waits for support. Zach guiding in, looking, picks his spot, tries to send over across to Weaver. Another shot, that deflects off bodies in front. Weaver sends it in a little bit deeper for Shanks. Back over across to Garrett McKinstry. McKinstry now moving in, drop pass over across to Weaver, back to Logan. Logan takes a quick shot, deflects off some sticks in front and goes high over the net. Back to Shanks. Shanks drops over to Weaver. Weaver holding on to it, back to Shanks. Chance now behind the net, centers one in front, save made by Miller, and he'll cover that one up, but loose in front, and now it's out. Shanks, a great move to keep that puck in. He loses his stick though. Battling for the puck there, lending support is Nick Weaver and Ganshaw. Over to Weaver, he has a chance, feeds over to McKinstry, couldn't hit him. Back to Garrett. Garrett harassed at the blue line, able to keep the puck in with a nifty stick move there. Ganshaw shot, and that one on Miller, save made. Puck is loose, but the official blew his whistle, and that'll lead to a stoppage of play.
Really, really good scoring chance at the end there. One thing we probably didn't see too much there for a little while was not enough movement side to side. They kind of kept it all on that left-hand side of the ice, but you could see there as the play broke down, there was a quick pass, I believe, across from Weaver to McKinstry that just missed. Otherwise, that's probably in the back of the net there. But fantastic movement from UNM on this power play.
And we are set for another face-off here as Dallas Baptist, another long penalty kill for them, Nick. So you got to think this isn't helping with the fatigue I'm sure they're probably feeling right now.
No, but full credit to them. They've been skating hard and still applying the physicality and getting in the lanes to block shots like we just saw there. So they've been doing a great job. They've killed off, majority of this power play already. See if they can do the rest of the way here.
Curtis Brown settling the puck down to Ronquillo in the slot. Quick shot, scores! Jared Ronquillo ripped it right over Miller's glove, it looked like. A great feed from Brown. And the Lobos now lead it 6-1.
That was a very pretty goal. Beautiful move there. Makes a little bit of a fool as a defender there, and then quick move goes upstairs on Randy Miller and makes this a 6-1 game.
And the Lobos now adding on to this lead. But Nick, you touched on a really good point there. Dallas Baptist playing with a lot of energy and still a lot of drive now. You have to recognize this is a team that hasn't played in over a month. Having that first initial series that was supposed to be first week of the month changed now to the end of the month. And change in elevation, a change in the schedule week of game week. But this team's still showing a lot of heart on the ice. Yeah,
and I mean, as we talked about, they're a physical and an emotional team, and they'll feed off a lot of that, and that's probably propelling them through these 2 games. They've been hamstrung by the penalties that they've taken. Otherwise, these 2 games may have been closer. But at the end of the day, you can't take anything away from UNM because they're clearly doing things that are frustrating and taking advantage of a tired and maybe a rusty Dallas Baptist team.
Puck sent in a little bit further. Zach Genshaw now moving in, tries to center one in front, couldn't connect with anybody as we're in the final 50 seconds of the second period. Chipped off the boards hard, and now out to center ice for Tyler Levitt to settle down. Sends it into the zone. Offsides, though. Lobos recollected center ice. It's Ganshaw moving in again. Zach a quick shot. That one goes wide. Nick Weaver now settling the puck down. Has to elude a few bodies. Sent out to center ice. Number 13 for Dallas Baptist. Tries to get past the Lobo defender, but stood up there. Good defense by Curtis Brown. And we've seen that a lot so far this afternoon, Nick. The Lobo defender is able to stand up these advancing Dallas Baptist attackers.
Yeah, they've been doing a fantastic job. They're matching the pace through the neutral zone and kind of standing them up when they're going to make a move, taking the body instead of the stick, and it's making them remove the puck from the Dallas Baptist player and helping them out a whole bunch defensively.
Icing against the Lobos here in the final 3 seconds of this second period. So as we approach the end of this one, Nick, you got to think the Lobos are going into the locker room very happy with their performance so far in this second period.
Yeah, if you're Coach Grant Harvey and the coaching staff, you have to be very happy. They've gone on with the job that they started in the first period. Obviously, after that quick goal from Dallas Baptist, 6 unanswered is no slouch to look at. So fantastic work from there here this period.
Last shot and a save made there by Max McCarron. And that'll do it for the second period. The Lobos add on to their lead. They lead at 6-1 at the end of the second period. And Nick, you got to just think it's going to be cruise control, business as usual for that third period.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see some of the lower lines get a more ice time, help the top guys rest up a little bit with nationals in it coming up. But you know, that's the advantage. You've got such a talented team. Line to line, they can do that. So yeah, it'll be cruise control. Hopefully they don't let off too much like we saw last night. You know, this was something that came in. They were up quite handsomely in the second period, and then they let off the gas a little bit and allowed Dallas Baptist in. So hopefully we don't see a replay of that tonight.
Alrighty, folks. Well, we will be back with third period action here on the season finale of your University of New Mexico season. We'll also have an announcement. It is senior day, I guess you could say now. So we'll highlight some of the seniors for your New Mexico Lobos. We have third period action coming up after the second intermission. Welcome back, Lobo hockey fans, to the third period and final period of the Lobos regular season. And they lead this one 6-1 against Dallas Baptist University heading into this third and final period. And Nick, Lobos really enforced their will in that second.
Yeah, took full control of the game in that second period. They started off the right way. They had some great forecheck and puck retrievals was a huge piece of why they were so successful in that second period. Just hemming Dallas Baptist in their own end for such a long period of time and using their fresh legs to their advantage. And they made it count when it mattered the most on the power play and off tired legs. So a great job by them in that second period.
And fans, as we see puck drops start in this third period, we also want to recognize that tonight is senior night as well. So we have a few seniors to highlight that are playing their final season for the UNM Hockey Lobos. It is Jack Kelly, Nate Tagliagami, Logan Lemonard, Logan Coyer, and Gerard Ronquillo. And those players have all been integral pieces to this program, Nick. Not only so far this year, but throughout this program's history. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, your captain, some of your top-end players that have pushed this team through the whole way, and to be as successful as they have this season is on the back of some of those seniors. So hopefully today is a good way to cap off their season for UNM and their careers here at the Lobos.
And Dallas Baptist, as we were talking about the UNM seniors, two great opportunities. Had Max McCarron sprawling on one of them and then had another chance in front of the net. They just couldn't bury the puck. So good opportunities there early for Dallas, but just unable to close the deal on those chances. Puck sent over across for Nico Manakis to pinch off the boards. Sent over across, and here comes Seth Payson. Seth into the zone, drops for Nick Weaver. Quick shot off the post. Nick Weaver looking for the 7th UNM goal of the game. Moving it ahead, Nico Maniakis, great heads-up play to chip that puck out towards center ice. Send it a little bit deeper, and now Tyler Levitt goes to collect the puck. Levitt over across to Weaver, tied up in a few skates over to Zach Genshaw. Zach sends it over across to Manakis, back over across to Genshaw. He'll try to soccer that puck ahead, but it gets lost at center ice. Dallas moving in, nice heads-up play there made by Tyler Levitt. Centered one in front, unable to connect, and Tyler downs a Dallas player, and he's a little shaken up. Slow to get up, but he's finally back to his skates. Parted there, and the Lobos score on the opposite end of the ice, and they make it 7-1.
That was a beautiful passing play there. A nice little back and forth, cross-ice speed between the two players there, and it's in the back of the net there for UNM to make this a 7-1 game. Fantastic play. Great hit at one end. Good transition up, and then they just make no mistakes they'd like to have all night.
A defense to offensive transition there as Dallas Baptist was down a skater who was making his way back to the bench. Lobo is able to capitalize on the numbers game, and they now lead at 7-1. Face-off, kicked back into the UNM end of the ice. Tristan Coyer there for the puck. Tristan settles it down. Throws one over across, missing the connection with Shank. Shot right into the glove of Max McCarron. And Max, once again, making glove saves possible.
He's had to be strong. He hasn't had a bunch of shots, the same thing that Sam had last night, but, you know, every time it's come in, he's had a good read on it. He's been in the right position and made some great plays to keep this a low-scoring game for Dallas.
Puck loose in front of the net, and out with it is Jared Ronquillo, the captain, out to center ice. Jared throws one over across. Holding on to it there is Chance Shanks. Shanks bodies a Dallas player down. Throws one over, looking for support in front of the net. Miller didn't really get a good grip or eye on the puck. Loose behind. Dallas collects the puck behind its own net, chips it off the boards, and out to center ice for Logan Coyer to settle it down. Logan twirls away from a Dallas defender and has to retreat into his own zone. Chips it over across to Chance Shanks, who will just guide it into the Dallas zone. Loose in front of the net, unable to get to it. Puck out near the Dallas blue line. Now sent back into the zone further for the Lobos to fight for possession. Still battling there in the far boards corner. Now thrown across, chipped off the boards. Moving in is going to be Curtis Brown. Brown out to center ice, feeds over across to Levitt. Back to Brown. Brown now out towards the Dallas blue line, dumps the puck into the zone. 16 for Dallas, and Dylan Anthony collide there in the near boards corner, battling for puck possession. Pinched up against the boards as it leaks out to center ice, and a Dallas player hits the ice, and that'll draw a penalty against Tyler Lovett, and the Patriots will have a power play.
Something you don't want to see from a UNM standpoint. You know, they've been on top of this game. I mean, it realistically shouldn't make a huge difference here, but if Dallas gets a sniff of it, they might just start pouring it on the net as much as they can. So we'll see. The penalty kill for UNM has been fantastic. It's something we haven't highlighted too much, but they've been so good these last couple games.
Shot goes wide of Max and net, thrown over across, dumped in a little bit further. Logan goes in after it. Penalty assessed to Tyler Lovett in front of us, and bodies collide here. Loose puck in the Lobo zone as Curtis Brown will just chip it out and settled down by Miller. The Patriots now collect the puck, looking to start the zone breakout here. 1:34 remaining on their power play chance. That shot blocked down by the body of Brown. Brown goes in after it, pushed up against the boards. Brown, he hit Jared Carnes on the side of the head. Jared looks like he's all right, though.
Been some friendly fire here in the last little bit.
Yeah, the Lobos, for some reason, this afternoon have thrown the puck at their own people a lot. That puck bounces off of a stick and in after it is Tristan Coyer. He's pushed up against the boards. Jared Ronquillo goes in after it, avoids the worst of that hit by number 14. Number 6 centers in front, couldn't find anybody as Ronquillo collects the puck and he's out to center ice. Jared into the zone, takes a quick shot. Miller hit the post. And that'll bounce out of play, and we will have a stoppage here. 15:27 to go. 48 seconds remaining on this power play for Dallas.
Such an incredible shooter Jared Ronquillo is. So very, very unlucky that doesn't go in the back of the net. But one of the biggest things that I'd love to see from UNM's penalty kills, they do such a great job of not only getting bodies in the lanes for the shooting angles, but they do such a great job with their sticks. You see so many times Dallas is trying to make these cross-ice passes or just move it around, but UNM's so smart about where they're positioning, and it's cutting down plays, and they're just able to ice the puck and kill so much time on this penalty kill.
And it's been a good penalty kill again for the Lobos, and it's been a strength of them for most of the season. They don't allow a lot of opportunities when the opponent has the man advantage. Puck chipped ahead, roped around the boards, going in after it. Tristan Coyer wins the race to the puck, and he'll throw it the length of the ice, and that'll go wide of Miller, bouncing hard off the boards. And the Lobos will go for a change here as we approach the final 25 seconds of the Dallas power play. Tied up at center ice. Zach Genshaw able to get his way through two players. 13 seconds left remaining on the Dallas Baptist power play. That puck chipped off the boards. Nick Weaver able to regain possession, loses it though, as the final few seconds elapse from this power play. Dallas throws it length of the ice. Number 23 out to center ice. Now into the Lobo zone. Chipped a little bit further. Max will see it go past him. Centering in front. Max will swallow that one up as Dallas player just kind of threw it to the front of the net, hoping for a good rebound.
But great job from UNM there. They've done a better job this period of cutting off those low sight and high sight chances that Dallas Baptist have taken advantage of throughout this game. Great plays from both sides on that penalty kill and power play.
And that puck chipped high into the air in front of the Lobos bench, and that'll squeak out of play. I want to take this moment to thank our fans watching at home. You guys have helped our subscriber account climb all season long, and we appreciate all the support you guys have shown us over this Lobo hockey season here at the Lobo Hockey Network. And be sure to give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well to keep up with the latest news from the Lobo Hockey Network. We also want to thank our sponsor for the majority of the season, JetRep. For more information, please visit jetrep.com, and we appreciate them being a proud sponsor of the Lobo Hockey Network. Over across to Genshaw. Stops up. Looks for an outlet pass. Sends it a little bit further in for Weaver. That one lost in front of Miller. He's poking at it. Puck still loose in front, slapping around. And it doesn't look like the puck ever made it on net. Shot goes into the net. Lobos have another goal. It's 8-1.
What a fantastic shot. Sneaky one. And just rips it right over the goalie there. I don't think he was expecting it. It kind of looked like he was in no man's land from where I was standing. So fantastic work. UNM are just pouring it on, continue to put pressure on Dallas Baptist, and it's going in. They've had a fantastic game. all day. And that line has, we've talked about a lot. They have been dynamite, that Genshaw, Payson, and Weaver line all night long.
That line has been, like Nick said, has been such a spark for this Lobo team. And we really saw it in I believe the second homestand of the season is when Coach Grant Harvey put those three players together. And I'll remember at the beginning of the season when me and Josh asked him about Nick Weaver, and Coach Grant Harvey said once Nick is able to figure out the speed of college hockey, he's going to be a dangerous player in this game. And over the season, we've watched him mature into that player that's been able to understand the speed. And on this line, he's just found two players that he has incredible chemistry with.
Yeah, they do such a good job of not only on the defensive side, but you can see they skate with such speed through the neutral zone that it backs off defenders, and they have so much time and space. And when they do, they just make it count. It's fantastic to watch and such a great compliment to this team.
Logan Coyer harassed from the puck. He'll have to go into his own zone. Chips it off the boards, out to center ice. Puck chipped high into the air, battling for puck possession. Now throws one over across, moving in now. Max McCarron comes out of the net to play the puck, and there's going to be a whistle here and a stoppage of play. And it looks like it might be not too sure. Linesman was the one who blew his whistle, I believe.
Yeah, the far linesman as well, the one on the blue line. I think he made a mistake there. So face-off will come out to the center ice face-off circle. Not sure what he saw there to warrant the whistle, but it is what it is. Move on and continue the game.
Nick, what an impressive performance we've seen this afternoon from the Lobos. I mean, from your standpoint, where have they been successful as a team so far to replicate this kind of performance?
I think just what you're seeing there, like a guy like Tristan, as penalties getting called here against Dallas Baptist. But what they've done so well is they've had their D be such an active part of the breakout. They're skating it up, taking pressure off. Dallas Baptist forecheck is it's a 1-2-2. So they have the one guy crashing in low. They're able to basically skate around that first guy, and then you're skating up 5-on-4 the rest of the way. And it's just transition forward. The forwards are skating with such a speed through the neutral zone that when they get those passes, like we talked about, they're backing off the Dallas Baptist players, getting free and really easy entries into the zone, and then they're just able to kind of use that great puck retrieval and forecheck to keep the puck in the offensive zone, and they're just getting these great second and third chances off the back of a lot of pressure.
Payson feeds it over across to Ganshaw. Puck leaks out of the zone as Logan Coyer will have to go in after it. Logan now near the Lobos blue line. Charges up. Feeds over across to Ronquillo. Slashing penalty called against Dallas Baptist. Another double minor for the Patriots to have to kill off. Ronquillo feeds one over across, unable to connect with anybody as the Patriots slaps it out to center ice. Another double minor here, Nick, and you have to think that these penalty kills have really killed any momentum that the Patriots have been able to form.
Yeah, any chance for them to come back into the game has kind of been nullified by the penalties, but from a UNM standpoint, this will give them great, valuable power play time, to figure out some chemistry going into nationals. I really like that Coach Grant Harvey has used the Payson, Weaver, and Genshaw line, and then has Logan Coyer and Jared Ronquillo out there to kind of anchor that and make some great plays. Two great shooters along with the puck retrieval and the possession play of the Genshaw line is a great combo, and hopefully they'll get more reps in and get used to each other more and more and become an asset for this team.
And you got to think Ronquillo and Logan Coyer being out there, two of the stronger skaters the Lobos have.
Absolutely.
A huge asset, because when you have such a hot scoring line, you also have the skating to complement it.
Yeah, and the shooting abilities. Like Logan has got a lot of really good shots from the point through. So you see one there. Put into a good position, and you've got guys in front that can finish it with tips or rebound opportunities.
That puck slapped around there at center ice over across to Logan Coyer. Payson feeds over across to the captain Ronquillo. Sends one over across, unable to connect with Nick Weaver on that cross-crease pass opportunity. Puck now battle for, able to be kept into the Dallas end, looped around the board. Seth Payson first one there to it. Payson collides with number 16, over across to Logan Coyer, back across to Payson. Seth walking near the face-off dots. We'll send the puck in a little bit deeper. Thrown over and cross for Ronquillo. Centers over across again, shot. Great save made by Miller. Now Ronquillo battling for the puck, looking for possession. Feeds one over across. Back to Ronquillo behind the net. Feeds over across to a teammate. Back to Logan at the blue line. Logan takes a shot. That one deflects off of Lobo in front of the net and goes wide. Still battling for possession here. Lobo's looking to cash in on this double minor penalty yet again, but the puck is heaved all the way out of their zone, and Chan Shanks will have to go around his own net to collect it.
And fans, bear with us as we figure out some technical issues with the video feeds. We'll try to get that up and running here as quick as we can.
And that puck looped around the boards here and pushed off the puck was number 9 for Dallas Baptist. Play behind the Dallas net. Centered one in front. McKinstry a shot, and Miller, great save on there. Great feed of McKinstry, who was in the far faceoff dot of the Dallas Baptist zone. Puck pinched high into the air there in the near boards corner for Dallas Baptist. Logan Coyer buries a Dallas player down to the ice. Over to Trujillo in the near faceoff dot. Trujillo throws one over across. Slap pass. Now back across. Trujillo, quick shot. Miller just saw that puck go past his net. Now back. Over across to Chance Shanks. Shanks feeds it over to the far boards area. Over across for Logan Coyer. Bodied off there in the far boards corner. Back to Coyer at the blue line. Logan walks across, feeds one over across to Shanks. Shanks fakes the shot. Back to Logan at the blue line. Over across, slap shot goes wide of the net. And all the way out down to center ice, and they'll feed all the way back down. Max will have that puck bounce on him momentarily. Plays it ahead, and he's able to get it past the Dallas player and over across to Chance Shanks.
It's been a good power play so far, and I know there hasn't been too many goals here off it, but as we score.
And Garrett McKinstry, a beautiful backhanding goal, lifts it right over Randy Miller, and the Lobos have scored another power play goal, and it's now a 9-1 lead for UNM.
I guess I just had to talk about it, and then it goes in the back of the net, but a fantastic move there from Garrett McKinstry. Makes the goalie kind of be in two minds, thinking he's going to pass, and he just buries that in the back of the net with a beautiful backhander.
Garrett McKinstry is one of those players that has not seen a ton of ice time so far this season, but he has not lost a step offensively. He still has great stick handles, amazing moves. Him and Jack Kelly were stalwarts for this UNM squad 2 seasons ago prior to the pandemic, and it's great to see them out on the ice a lot more, Nick, because you can definitely tell that these guys have not lost a step.
No, and that's what you want to see from a UNM standpoint is these guys, they've got it. Look at that, another great play here out of the zone. They're challenging up the ice, but they've been doing a fantastic job when they're called upon. That's kind of that veteranship, right? Like they know exactly what to do when they do get in to the lineup.
And Coach Grant Harvey told us, and when me and Josh sat down with him during the first episode of the podcast, that he really had to ask a lot of his players, the veteran players, when he brought in all this new talent, to sacrifice ice time and to sacrifice line configurations to get the best possible matchups for this team. And he really preached the unselfishness, or the selflessness, I should say, of his players to accept their new roles for the betterment of the team as a whole. And it's definitely paid off. I mean, this team is well on their way to completing this weekend sweep of Dallas Baptist. They're on their way to the national tournament, and they've got 4 legitimate scoring threat lines.
Yeah, and that speaks to them as players and as humans. It can be a hard pill to swallow when you're asked something like that. As an athlete, as a high-end athlete, that's a tough thing to do. But the fact that they're willing to do whatever they can for the team to make sure they win has come up in spades this season, and you can see it with the way that they've played throughout their schedule.
It has been something as a marvel to watch. I mean, I reflect on when Coach Grant Harvey told us during the offseason, as that puck is loose in front, Jack Kaufmann battling for it. Sends over across to Miles Dyken. Miles takes a shot. That one goes wide of the net, and Curtis Brown has to go chase it all the way down to his end of the ice. But I reflect on when Coach Grant Harvey told us during the offseason that he had put together a roster that had 4 legitimate lines of scoring and a dynamic goalie tandem. And he just kept telling us, just wait until you guys see this team play. Just wait until you see this team play. And we've seen it reflected time and time again this season, Nick. This has been everything Coach Grant Harvey said it was going to be, and in a lot of ways even more than that as well.
Yeah, the success that they've had is quite unparalleled. It's been a great thing to see for the community as well. A great UNM team that potentially is in with a real good shot of bringing home a national championship. So, Coach Grant Harvey's done a fantastic job of putting a team together, as you said, and it's kind of worked out well with the way he wanted to and envisioned it.
Garrett McKinstry battling for the puck now. Centers one over across. Couldn't connect with anybody as the puck is roped up the boards. And it will leak all the way down to the Lobos end of the ice, and that'll not be called an icing. Looks like a Lobos stick may have caught that puck before it leaked all the way down into their zone. Ahead is Tristan Coyer, collides awkwardly with number 7, throws one over across. That one goes high over the net. Miller couldn't connect. Now moving into center ice and dumped in a little bit further. Max McCarron will have to settle it down, throws it up the boards. Chipping for the puck here near our broadcast position. A few players collide. Logan throws one over across to his cousin Tristan. Logan now chips it off the boards again towards Tristan. Nick Weaver settles the puck down. He'll collect it, send it in a little bit further to the Lobo zone. Back to Logan Coyer. Logan sends one over across, bounces off the stick of Dylan Anthony. Back to number 22 for Dallas. Takes a quick shot, blocked by Tristan Coyer. That puck lifted out to center ice, and Dallas has to go in after it.
You're starting to see some really tired legs here from Dallas Baptist, and UNM are just rolling through lines here, keeping fresh. Their guys are out there for short shifts, changing it as they need to. But Dallas looks a little bit gassed this period, which is kind of something we expected to see throughout this game, Gino.
And Dallas icing the puck again. Got to think, Nick, that might just be out of an act of desperation, just because they don't have the legs to move the puck up the ice.
No, get any breather you kind of can, and probably a little bit slower skating back to the face-off dot here, but take as much time up as you can and suck in some deep breath air.
It has been a tough go of it for Dallas Baptist this weekend. 2 players disqualified, so already down players. They faced a major penalty kill in both games. They faced 2 double minor penalty kills in this game. So it is starting to take its toll for a team that's on a quicker turnaround than what they're usually accustomed to, as Miller will swallow that one up into his glove.
Should mention as well, last night we haven't touched on it as well, but Coach Grant Harvey getting his 150th win. Very happy on...
in style, too.
Yes, in style.
In style.
Fantastic outfit, and today he's sporting a blue and yellow outfit in support of the people in Ukraine going through what they are. So, I'm sure he's been stoked with the play over the last 2 days from the team. They've looked fantastic on both ends of the ice.
And it's awesome to see Coach Grant Harvey. It's weird to not see him in red, but he has changed up his wardrobe for a very good cause. And you think about the people of Ukraine going through what they currently are, and Coach Grant Harvey showing his support for them. That puck sent it a little bit deeper for Zach Genshaw to go in after. He twirls around and decides to just hold on to it behind his own net. Twirls around again. Nice move to avoid number 14. And Zach now with the head of steam has the puck slapped off his stick. Now Nico Manakis with the puck. Nico over center ice into the Dallas zone. Takes a quick shot. Save made by Miller. Rebound. Scores! Dallas now has given up 10 goals in this one. The Lobos cash in. And they have double digits.
Double digits. There was fantastic movement there. Zach Genshaw, he's stick handling through a couple people and just gets deflected, and then Nico Manakis skates all the way up, makes a beautiful move at the blue line to get around the defender. Good shot on, and I believe couldn't see which UNM player put it in, but fantastic.
It might have been Nick Weaver, I believe. So
fantastic.
Once again, the Ganshaw, Weaver, and Payson line making waves in this contest. And I feel like we've run out of superlatives about this team, about that line, Nick. They've just been remarkable.
Absolutely, but then you see the advantage of having such a strong second line is you have Jared, Marcus, and
Chance Shanks
out there. Thank you for that. But if they're out there now, and it's a line that has been criminally probably underrated tonight, but they've been doing such a solid job. But it's that second line that's probably garnered more of the attention. But what a chance now. You have the first line go out there and can put more pressure on and maybe put another goal on the net here. 5:35 remaining here in the third period. As the puck is dumped in back into the Patriots end of the ice, they just try to slap it ahead. Number 17 sends one over across for number 3 for Dallas Baptist. Back to number 13. He's over the Lobos blue line, takes a quick shot, gets tangled in Lobos sticks, and never makes it to the net. But after a little bit of a slow start from the shots, we're looking up at the scoreboard again tonight, Gino, and it's another night where we're almost at the 50 shot mark. It just seems to be the recipe for UNM from the coaching staff is put pucks on net and you'll get goals, and that's what we're seeing with 10 on the board tonight.
And it just tires the opposing goaltender out, Nick. You mentioned it last night. Randy Miller making a second straight start tonight. He faced a boatload of shots yesterday, and a lot of them had him moving from right to left in different directions, and a lot of the same shots he's facing tonight are the same way. And you got to wonder the fatigue. We've talked a lot about it affecting the skaters, but it's got to affect Randy as well.
Yeah, and we could see that a little bit last night as well. That second period, he was definitely struggling to get through that one with just the amount of shots that he had on him. But he's been fantastic. And I know it's 10 goals on the board, but he has kept his hockey club in this for a long time, and obviously as things have worn down defensively, he's kind of been the one left on an island to try and take all that pressure. But he's done a fantastic job with what he can. You can't speak enough to that credit.
Lefty move, Logan Coyer, my goodness. Twirls away from one defender and ducks out of the way of another hit. And Logan continues to put on a skating exhibition as a shot goes wide of the net. And it's all the way out, and Tristan Coyer will see Max McCarron touch that puck up. Max decides to heave at the length of the ice, touched up by Carnes. Here comes Miles Dyken. Miles now avoids a hit, tries to chip the puck in front of the net, couldn't really connect with anybody. Moving in now is number 21 for Dallas Baptist. Quick shot, deflects off a few Lobos sticks in front of the net. Now chipped off the board, still fighting for possession, sent over across. Number 22, harassed there by Jack Kelly, centers one in front. Tyler Lovett gives over to Miles Dyken, has the puck bounce on him. Miles pushes number 23 up against the boards, and a penalty is going to be called here. And it looks like it might be Miles going to the box for roughing.
Something you don't want to see out of Miles there, but he's using his size there and just gets it a little too high on one of the Dallas Baptist players. But
a tough one there, and that's got to be, Coach Grant Harvey, you got to hand it to him. He never stops coaching his team regardless of how much of goals they're ahead. And, you got to think that penalty, it reiterates what he talked about prior to this in the Arkansas game. A lot of just undisciplined penalties his team is taking, ones they don't need to be down a man for.
Yeah, and it's one that only the player can look at himself and go, hey, that's my fault, right? And that's the beauty of what Coach Grant Harvey has preached to his team, is it's all stuff that they could avoid if they're smart about it, and hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them when they do go to nationals.
Max McCarron swallows that puck up. 1:49 remaining on the power play opportunity for Dallas Baptist. 3:29 remaining in this contest as a hard hit is taken by Nico Manakis. He's able to get back to his feet. Lobos throw the puck the length of the ice, and that'll go all the way down and kill some time on this penalty kill.
It's been such a strong facet of the UNM game tonight. It's started with that penalty kill, and it's ending the same way. They've done such a great job like we talked about.
Gliding in front of us, shot made, save made by Max, and the puck is out towards center ice. And Max McCarron still staying sharp, and he's gone long periods of time without seeing action.
And it's such a big plus for your team when you know that if things break down behind us, you've got such a brick wall back there, and no matter how few shots they see from both goaltenders, from Sam Fisher and Max McCarron, they're going to be able to stand on their head and make a save when they need to. Such a great goalie duo. Josh touched on it last night. This is a national championship quality duo that we have here in UNM.
Drop pass number 9. We'll see that bounce over. Thrown over across. Tied up in the sticks of number 9. Throws one over in front of the net. Couldn't connect with anybody there. Battling for possession. Still looking. Tristan chips it off the boards high over number 23 for Dallas Baptist. They collide, and they're tied up in the far boards corner of the UNM zone. Jared Ronquillo chips over across to Logan Coyer. Logan will just send that length of the ice, but it's kept in at neutral ice somehow, and it's sent back into the Dallas zone.
I think it hit the linesman there and bounced off him, and otherwise it would have gone all the way down the ice there. But
those linesmen are always in the way.
They are.
Thrown over across as we approach the final minute 50 of this period, and a slash there, and that's going to draw a penalty. And that's a frustration penalty, but you can't make it that easy for the official to call that.
No, that was so blatant, and I don't know if anything extra will come of this, but it was just a good solid hit there from Chance Shanks, and the Dallas Baptist player. You hate to see it. You really hate to see it. It's such a minimal thing to take a penalty off. It's just a good hit, just play on and keep on battling. Instead, he makes a very, very clear slash with both referees looking right at it.
Yeah. And that is a rule. You can't do that.
That is a rule, and it definitely is not something you can do. So
So it's a rough one as a second is remaining on Miles Dyken's penalty, so the Lobos are basically going to get a full power play out of this. And the power play will last the remainder of the contest as we're down to the final 1:41 to go in the third. Jack Kelly set to take the face-off for UNM, flanked by Logan Coyer and Curtis Brown at the blue line. Also out there is Jack Kaufmann. And
You're right. we actually
I'm all right. I'm good.
We have been peppered tonight here in the broadcast booth. Yeah.
I'll be honest though, that was 2 inches away from disaster.
Gino is very lucky that he can walk away from that one. We had one earlier that whistled right past both our producer Julian and myself, and now this one gets lobbed. We're going to have a talk with Sam Fisher here, who's sitting right in front of us, but he's surprised the goalie hasn't stopped it.
I'm just really glad that didn't have any additional velocity on it, I guess. Oh, they score. The Lobos have a goal that goes into the back of the net. And it's now 11-1.
I believe it was just a random shot. I'm not even sure how that went in from our vantage point.
Not too sure how that puck went in either.
We try to look at the replay of it right now.
Jack Kelly set to take the face-off for the Lobos here.
Just off the boards and then almost
Jack Kelly, Kaufmann, and Miles Dyken on the ice with Curtis Brown and Logan Coyer. As that puck chipped off the boards. Well, it was bound to happen at some point that somebody was going to get hit with a puck.
Yes.
It's just a shame it had to be me.
But thank you for doing that, taking one for the team.
It's my civic duty, really. As that puck bounces around near the Lobos blue line, sent over across to number 7 for Dallas Baptist. And we are down to the final minute to go here in this third period. As that puck is sent over across, held onto there by Max McCarron, lifted high off the board, still battling for possession. That puck bounces off of Curtis Brown, chipped over across, still fighting for possession. Throws it over across, but it leaks out towards neutral ice.
Like a good defenseman, Gino, that you were in the shooting lane and blocked that shot, make sure it didn't get through.
It's just a real shame I didn't have the padding that the defenseman had.
Look, even with padding on the ice, you still get shots that'll hit you in the place that you don't expect it. So
sent over in front. I'll be honest though, I'm not too sure how much that actually hurt because I think I'm so cold I didn't really feel much of it.
Final 5 seconds of a fantastic game here from UNM. 11-1. It's been a fantastic season for these Lobos, and hopefully we'll see them go through for a great shot here at the National Championships as fans stand up and applaud. A great effort.
Huge victory to this afternoon for the Lobos as they claim victory in this final game of the regular season. Lobos win this one 11-1, and they have built substantial momentum, you would think, Nick, towards the national championship.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a team we knew that could definitely challenge for a national championship. The way the season has gone, they have every opportunity to do it. We'll see. Hopefully they can come home with the hardware and help continue to grow the great game here in Albuquerque and New Mexico in general.
And we want to, again, acknowledge our seniors that have played their final regular season game for the Lobos tonight. Jack Kelly, Nate Tagliagami, Logan Lemonon, Logan Coyer, and Jared Ronquillo. All key players that you would think will be integral to a Nationals run for this Lobos squad. And this is their last time they're going to be able to do this salute to the fans here at the Outpost Arena, Nick.
Yes, and as the fans salute the fans here in the arena, we want to salute you fans at home. And thank you so much for coming on this journey with us this year. It's been a fantastic couple months that we've had UNM hockey here, and we can't appreciate everyone watching at home enough as the fans salute here at the Outpost Arena.
Alrighty, Lobo hockey fans, the final from the Outpost Arena, 11-1. Your Lobos victorious as they continue their march to St. Louis for the National Championship Tournament. And we want to say on behalf of all of us, Chase Bizzano, our camera operator, Zach Price, our photographer, Julian, our producer, Nick Hudson, my broadcast partner, myself, Gino Gutierrez, and of course, our leader, Joshua Carrillo. We want to thank you for all the fan support you've shown us this season, growing our subscriber count. It's been a magical season for the Lobos, and we'll see what they can do in St. Louis in this national tournament. You've been watching Lobo Hockey on the Lobo Hockey Network.